In the studio today, I've got Rachel Hayward from Ask the Chameleon and Trent Rowing Club, as well as also in the studio with me today is Caroline Fotheringham from SARAC.
Hello.
How are you both?
Hello, I'm very well.
So that was Rachel and that was Caroline. Have you both, you've been on radio before, haven't you?
I have, yeah. A few times. Yeah, I've been on radio over in Derby.
In Derby, BBC?
Yeah, and also a community radio in Amber Valley.
Oh, wow.
Ago.
Okay, yeah. I've been on BBC Radio Derby.
Me too. They have big mics.
Yeah, big mics. And I was on an outside broadcast, so we didn't know where we were coming in. It was very, very nerve-wracking. Yeah. And I don't know what I said in the end. Yeah, so hopefully this is a little bit easier. Obviously, we go through your business story or your personal story and your career so far, see how you got there. But yeah, this is the business hour. Rachel, I'm going to come to you first.
Okay.
Where did you start off? Where are you from? Where did you go to school?
So I'm a Burton girl.
Okay.
I went to school at the Forest of Needwood in Ralston.
Okay.
Before it got amalgamated with Wolfric as it was then. So I was the last but 1 year of intake at Forest, and then we became the De Ferrers School. And I went there all the way up to 18.
Okay.
So at the Ralston site till the 5th year, I'm old school money. And then into the 6th form at the De Ferrers site.
Into 6th form. So at school, what kind of subjects were you attracted to? What did you do? What were you good at, or what did you not like?
So I loved languages and I loved English in particular.
Okay.
I was rubbish at maths. It took me 3 goes to get my GCSE. And I was also particularly rubbish at sport.
Oh, okay. But you got a bit of a sporty connection now as well, haven't you? Because you do some fundraising and involved with the Trent Rowing Club as well.
Yeah. But, I am not sporty at all. I'm a bookworm and part sloth.
Well, let's leave that to a little bit later. We'll get to where you got to in your career. And what about you, Caroline? And where did you start off? Where are you from?
I'm a Burton girl too. I also went to De Ferrers.
Okay.
I'm not very academic. But yes, so I'm Burton born and bred, went away as we do for a few years and then came back again around 20 odd years ago. Yeah, came back when I had children.
Oh, okay. And at school, what was it like?
School was not good for me.
No.
I wasn't very engaging in school, and I wasn't encouraged to go to school either. So that's the difference, isn't it? Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Bit of a non-engager, shall we say?
Yeah. Was there any subject at all that you didn't mind turning up to?
Sport.
Yeah,
I was quite sporty, believe it or not.
No.
Yeah. I did enjoy sport. Actually, just a little story, if it's appropriate. So I was at De Ferrers. Do you remember, oh gosh, what was the PE teacher's name? And because sport was my favourite subject.
Right.
And then I worked in education after
Okay.
in the same academy trust. And I met the PE teacher as an adult.
Okay.
And so I got a bit of a stage fright, a little bit of a, fangirl.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, you taught me PE at school, thinking she might recognise me. She just looked at me and went, did I? And walked off. I thought,
Oh,
my
right.
God, that one teacher
Oh, no.
that I really adored and would go to school for.
Never meet your idols.
Yeah, exactly that.
Oh, no way. That's really horrible. It's a
She's
shame.
lovely, though. I'm sure she's lovely.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, she might be listening.
She might be. Sorry.
It's just a
Remember her
local.
name.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to remember the names. I can't.
So what was the sport then? What was your favourite? Was it just anything?
All of it. Netball, rounders. I was the backhander in the rounders team. Not
Okay.
many of them around, let me
Okay.
tell you. So
All
yeah,
right.
I was a good backhander.
What, so like that instead of like
Yes.
that?
Yeah. Catch them unawares, you see.
Ah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Caroline.
You're welcome.
Back to Rachel. Rachel, so you got to 6th form. Your English is the passion. Did you have any part-time jobs? Is there anything else you did in the mean whilst you were there?
Oh, yeah, I did the classic paper girl. I used to
Okay,
love
great.
paper round in Ralston. Only I would do the evenings because I couldn't get out of bed in the morning for the morning round.
Okay.
And then I got a part-time Saturday job at Dean and Smedley in Stretton.
Okay.
And I loved that.
Dean and Smedley.
It's
Chemist.
chemist.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Very famous town chemist.
Is it?
Yeah. And I loved that. But I never knew what I wanted to be, and I've never known actually.
Oh, okay.
I still don't know. So I wasn't really clear about where school was going to take me.
So with English, what was the part of the English you liked? Was it actually reading, or was it actually writing your own stuff? Or was it?
When I was younger, I used to like creating stories, but I read a lot, and I've always loved to read. My dad was really keen that my sister and I did really well at school. School wasn't the place for him. And I think because of that, he really
Okay.
wanted us to do well. And I was the first in my family to go to university, even though my sister's older than me. So I think I was just generally a bookworm.
So when you left sixth form, presumably straight away you went to university?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I went to Staffordshire University in Stoke. So not
Okay.
far, but far enough.
Right.
And I went to do a HND in business and finance
Oh, wow. Okay.
because I really didn't know what I wanted to be. My academic level wasn't brilliant. I was very proud of my 2Ds at A level, but that was enough to get me into Stoke, and I loved it there.
So then, business and finance for you would have been to start your own business or to actually work within a business. What kind of perspective did you take on that?
Oh, there was no plan, no idea.
No.
It was just business seemed to be broad.
Yeah.
My mum and dad were self-employed.
And what did they do?
So my dad ran his own company in plant hire. He was Ralston Plant Hire for years,
Okay.
construction, big machinery and
Wow.
JCBs and stuff. And I've never known what I wanted to do. So I thought, well, I'll go to university, see if that clarifies it for me. I did a year out at East Staffs Council, working in the various different departments there. And as I say, there was never a defined career path. I just said yes to a lot of opportunities and took it from there.
Did you ever work within the business at home?
Oh, no.
No?
No. That was always made very clear that I could come back and run the company. But at that time in Burton, it was very heavily male dominated. And I think that would have caused a bit of a wave.
Okay.
But my dad was up for it.
Oh, that's good. That's
But
good.
he said that I needed to go and learn from other people first. I needed to bring something new back to the firm. And I thought that was a great way of looking at it.
It's really quite progressive, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
And I did go for a job with a local construction firm, but I think they wanted more mathematics, and I just know that's not my area. So,
Okay.
as I say, I worked at East Staffs for my year out of in industry, and then I went back and did a full degree.
Yeah.
Because I still didn't know what I wanted to be.
Okay. We'll talk about that again in a second. Caroline, so I take it you left school at 16?
I did, yeah, very different story. But actually, I'm sitting here thinking it's different, but I'm still proud of that journey. So I
Yeah.
left at 16 and I was supposed to go to college and do health and social care. And I got a job at Kerry Foods.
Oh, okay.
So
Is that where creative is now? Or have I got that wrong?
what's it called? It used to be Robert back in the day.
Okay.
It was like if you wasn't sure in any direction, then it's Robert, it's Kerry Foods. That's where you'd end up, and particularly my family, everybody went there. I went there for a couple of years, and my cousin was working in the Sandbanks Hotel, chefing, doing an apprenticeship.
Right.
He said, "Come down, you'll have great fun." So I went to Sandbanks Hotel, and I was a waitress. I worked in a restaurant specifically for children. So it's called the Kiddie Bar Restaurant. So I cooked
Okay.
with the children, entertained the children. You can see that, can't you?
Oh, wow. So that was like when was that? Oh, yeah.
How old am I?
Don't really want to say.
It's in the
do you?
90s
Sorry.
sometime. Yeah, in the 90s. Yeah.
So I think that's quite, once again, that's quite a forward thing. Back, say, if it was the 90s, actually having that kind of facility for kids to come in
Yeah.
and do stuff in or around a restaurant, a hotel, was it?
Yeah, it was in a hotel. So
Yeah,
it was based in the Sandbanks Hotel. It's famous. It's
Okay.
Millionaires Row, Sandbanks Hotel in Poole.
Oh, in Paul, of
Yes,
course.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Fuck, I wonder where the.
Yeah.
I thought there was somewhere local called Sandbanks or something that was not there anymore. But
No. So I went there, worked in the hotel industry, but eventually made my way back up to Burton when I started having children. But I wasn't very career minded. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. But yes, then when you have children and if you haven't got a career, it kind of changes things. So I worked in a school because that was good for childcare,
Yeah.
working term time only. And I worked at Eaton Park Junior School and I worked there for 8 years. I started off as a clerical assistant because that suited me and the family. And over time, it was a bit old school. The head teacher would always have her door closed, and my desk was located outside of hers. So all the naughty children were brought to the head teacher's office, and the door was shut. So I was like, "Well, I'll have to deal with it then." So I ended up dealing with lots of safeguarding, attendance, behaviour. So almost
Yeah.
created my own role.
Okay.
at Eaton Park and safeguarding, etc. So that's where my journey started, really.
Wow, okay.
So although I didn't go to college to do health and social care,
Yes.
I then ended up working.
You
in
kind of
health
get
and
into that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
with that experience. And then working with local families, trying to get diverse families engaged as well. And then I went into a residential care homes for children.
Okay.
Short period of time, taught me loads. But yeah, not for me.
I did that for a very short amount of time
Yeah,
in the
not for me.
EBD school. Yeah.
Not for me. And then I was a family support worker.
Okay.
But at that time, I was volunteering at SARAC. So I was a helpline volunteer. And the training that you get still today, that you get to train, is equivalent to an A-level. So I've got an A-level in now about sexual abuse and rape.
Okay.
So I did that. And then a paid role came up. I became the young person service lead. I then became the operations manager. And now I'm the chief executive.
Wow.
How did that happen?
Let's cover that a little bit later.
Yes. Sorry, I'm taking over the show.
No,
Sorry, Rachel.
not at all. No, it's everyone's show today. Yeah, no, we'll have plenty of time to talk about what we're all doing now and some things on the horizon for both organisations, actually. So we'll do that in a second. But I want to come back to you again now, Rachel. We've got a song that you've chosen for your first one today, or one of them today. Which one's this one, and why do you like this one?
Is this my Tears for Fears?
This is Tears for Fears.
Yeah, this is Everybody Wants to Rule the World. I love this song. I'm an 80s child, so, this reminds me of school discos. And I was lucky to see them live a few years ago, and they were just as good as I remember.
Well, they've written songs for everybody, haven't they, Tears for Fears as well? They're a lot bigger than people realise. But just going to say, we're doing some of our content now. It will be possibly uploaded to YouTube. We've got a new channel called The Business Hour, or if you want to look up at The Biz Hour, you'll find it. And we'll be putting some of the shows which we're doing live on the radio. We'll have to cut out the music, of course. But also we might be able to take it on the road then. We'll be more flexible, be able to do the odd business hour elsewhere, or at least a business interview with interesting businesses around the county or further on. I'm not sure yet. So should we give the camera a wave? Hello. We were just talking then once again, obviously you both got a shared experience. You both went to DeFerrers, and you were talking about people you knew and how that all went. As we've rewound a little bit, I think, Rachel, you're still in this moment in time, or in the past, we're still talking about you're at university still. Start with Caroline this time, though. We're going to just rewind a little bit back now, because we've got to SARAC already. So I want to hear how you chopped your finger off at Kerry Foods.
Well, that's a bit dramatic. Chopped the tip of my finger off on the sausage roll machine
Really?
at Kerry Foods.
What was it?
Yeah.
Was it one of those?
Yeah, it was my fault. Yeah. So the pastry used to get caught on the blade. So it's like you're demonstrating. The blade comes down, and it used to get caught. This can't be good for Kerry Foods, can it? I mean, we are talking the 90s. No. And so you'd stop the machine, you put your hand under the cover to pull the pastry out.
Under the
Somebody
blade?
had undone the emergency stop to start it again.
No way.
So it chopped the end of my finger off.
Ooh.
And then I was in shock, and the line manager took my fingertip, put it in some ice in a plastic paper cup, and off we went to Burton Hospital. And they said it's too small to fit it.
To sew back on.
Yeah.
So what did you do? Let's have a little nubby end for.
Yes, a nubby end.
It doesn't look like that now, though.
I know.
No, it looks fine.
I know. Well, I promise you, if you look close enough, you can see my middle finger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can see it's a little dent.
I broke that finger, and you can see a little rounded tip there because the nails kind of back a bit. It's a bit weird. That one's that was a rubby one.
Yeah.
Yeah, chopping the end of your finger off, that's no good.
Yeah.
My son once did it, apparently, and I don't believe them, at primary school, with a butter knife. Literally almost took the end of his finger off. I don't know what he was doing.
With a butter knife?
Basically a butter knife. This is what they told us. And I'm like, I reckon they might have had something a bit sharp than that when they told us it was a butter knife. I don't know.
Don't tell us which school. Not like we're naming and shaming Kerry Foods from the 90s.
No, but whilst he was still there, I'd have named them. I won't do that now. So yeah, Kerry Foods, and then obviously they went to work for the hotel.
Yes.
You told us a bit more about that. Is there anything else you did in between, or
No, I mean, I did.
did you carry on playing sport?
No, you reach 18 and then that all goes, doesn't it? But later on in life, I have done. But no, not during that period of time. I was just having fun working in hotels, really, living the best life on the beach.
Nice.
Did some additional learning, apprenticeships and things through hotel and catering, and learning about wine. I mean, that's good to know, isn't it?
So would you be able to be a good cook now, or
No,
just what
no.
was it about?
Oh, well,
Was it more about the hospitality side as opposed
yes,
to
it
preparation
was.
than food?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You know, like at Burton College, and
yeah,
you see the Mulberry restaurant and how they're teaching the staff there. It was that kind of environment.
yeah.
But I went to Poole College 1 day a week to do the accreditation. But yeah, I worked in Sandbanks Hotel, moved up to High Wycombe, worked in a hotel there, a couple of others along the way, and ended up back in Burton when I had a child, and things change, don't they?
Yeah. That's definitely happened.
Yeah.
Do you have any children, Rachel?
No, I don't.
No. Okay. So we won't talk about the kids anymore.
No, I have lots of friends. I've got amazing children. That's the best role ever because, I'm
You can give them
fun,
back.
aren't they?
Yeah. Full on. You can have them back now. Thank you very much. Yeah. No, it does change your life a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly
So
changed
priorities
mine.
change, don't they? So, yeah, and I worked in sales. I
Oh.
worked at the Burton Mail,
Oh, okay.
Burton Trader at that time. Yeah, in sales, selling advertising space. So, done a few
And
things.
so in business or in the organisation, do you think that's helped you? When you can then form sales stories, be able to close a deal, for example, or close, maybe some fundraising. I don't know. Is that the case, or is that the way it feels, or is it more natural than that?
I think so. I think
yeah.
so. When you work in hospitality, you learn a lot about customer service and how to handle complaints and, how to present yourself in situations where it can be a little bit volatile.
Yeah.
And then working obviously in sales,
Mm.
yes, absolutely, to have that patter, to understand what the goal is and targets. Yeah, it certainly helped me. But at that time, I didn't know, I was working at Burton Mail. I wouldn't know that I would need that skill set
Exactly.
for fundraising or, running a charity.
Yeah. And it all kind of pull together that bigger picture, isn't it? And
Yeah.
who you are and how you kind of got to where you are.
Yeah.
As chief exec, no less.
Makes me squirm.
I know it's one of those things. It's C-suite now. Wow. Rachel,
Yeah.
you're still at university as we'd finished off there.
Oh, the halcyon days.
So you still learn about what kind of things do you learn about business at university? I mean, obviously.
So we had a full range of modules. The BTEC was really great. The degree was really good as well. I only had to do a year and a half to get my degree in honours because I'd got prior learning. But we did things like accounts, found
Yeah.
the hardest, economics, harder still. But I did German at university.
And that's as an alternate module, would you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I did HR personnel as it was called then. And I found I really enjoyed that. Find people fascinating. So, and law. So we had a full range of different modules, and I did my degree at Stafford. So my HND was at Stoke, and I lived away. It was the first time I'd moved away from home, so that was a huge experience. Did a year out at East Staffs, working in committees at the Medicide and the personnel department.
Okay.
And then I went back and did my year and a half. And then when you do your honours, it's a dissertation. So I got a part-time job back at East Staffs in the personnel department.
Okay.
So I had a morning job with them to make me get out of bed. And
Right.
then in the afternoon, I used to write my degree thesis on
Crikey.
local government reorganisation as it was then.
Oh, wow.
How many words was yours?
I can't remember. It's probably about 20,000. I can't remember.
Sounds about right.
I found it the other day. It's like a tomb, and it's like, right, it needs to go now. I don't know what I'm keeping it for.
I think I've still got mine, but it's on an old floppy disk, and I actually found an external floppy disk drive the other day, but it didn't work. So and I don't know how you'd get it off anyway, because I think I did it on an old Amstrad or something like that.
Amstrad.
Yeah, I remember them.
Absolutely. So, crikey, you've finished university now, and Did you think again, possibly about going work for somebody else and coming back to the family business, or was it straight into something else? Where was your first job?
No, I think I realised then that working in plant hire wasn't for me,
Okay.
because I don't have that mathematical brain, and I couldn't look at plans and imagine what it was going to look like. And my dad had built the company up from nothing, and that's a huge legacy for a young woman at that time to take on. And I wasn't a man, and it was very much male dominated.
Yeah.
Probably still is to a large extent. So I'd got my part-time job at East Staffs, then I went full-time, and then the trajectory began. I was working in the personnel department. They sent me back to university to do my professional exams.
Okay. For
And
HR.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, my Chartered Institute Personnel Development. I met other people.
CIPD, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I often forget what that means, but
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it again.
Yeah.
Then.
Met other people from HR firms in Derby and Burton. And then I moved to the engineers department for a while because career development was quite difficult then. You know, people had been there for a long time and were going to stay for a long time. And I had itchy feet. So that's when I moved to Birmingham and I went to work in the charity sector.
Oh,
I
okay.
adored it. Absolutely adored it.
Who did you work for?
So I worked for a registered charity called Ideal for All in Smethwick. They're an independent living centre for disabled people. And it
Okay.
was just the best job I've ever had.
Did you have anything to do with the chamber there while you were there, or?
I can't remember because it was a long time ago
No,
now.
I used to work for the Black Country Chamber. You see.
Yeah, I think we probably did. But it was a fantastic charity led by disabled people, employing everybody. You didn't need to be
Okay.
disabled to work there because their governance arrangement was all led by disabled people. And we had an independent living centre, this wonderful ready-made building that was built for them with the visual impairment and hearing impairment teams from the local authority and then the wheelchair unit from the hospital. And there was a house that we used to do assessments in with all the different aids and adaptations. And that's where I learned to write funding applications
Okay.
because I'd gone to be the HR person, but actually that wasn't really floating my boat anymore. I liked the competing and the winning for funding.
Fantastic. And is that the other business?
So that's what Ask the Chameleon is.
Yeah.
So I came back from Birmingham, came back to Burton, and I got a job in Derby working for Community Action. Similar sort of thing. Started off as HR and then became delivering their contracts. We used to deliver unemployment contracts for the government. And I just found I had a natural talent for writing bids, but most importantly, my competitiveness was off the scale.
Okay.
So I wanted to win. And then I took voluntary severance from them and Ask the Chameleon started. And we're 11 years old now.
Wow. And is it just you, or?
Yep, there is just me.
So you write bids for what grants, finance, awards?
Yeah, so I write
Anything?
pretty much anything really, apart from research and development because they're quite unique.
Yeah.
So I started writing funding applications for other charities. That's how my business began. And then I taught myself how to write commercial tenders.
Okay.
Got a great coach through the chamber.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Brilliant.
And then
Well,
yeah.
That's good. Which
Yeah.
one?
Burton.
Burton.
Burton Chamber. Yeah.
Now, if everybody sometimes forget, I do actually work for Burton District Chamber of Commerce, which is part of Greater Birmingham. And we do partner with the business hour. That's why we do the business hour. So no, that's great. That's great to hear.
I waited a long time for Jonathan because I wanted somebody that was technically competent in the areas that I wasn't. And he's a great bid writer and I was very lucky to find him. And then I started writing business awards because tenders and grant funding applications can be quite dry.
Yeah.
So using my HR background, it's like the difference between an application form and a CV. So the business awards, you can have some fun and flavour and some colour.
Yeah. I mean, there may be some listeners who are chamber members who'd be interested in listening to that because, every year we have some awards. We now have a new system whereby we'll have preliminary regional awards, which feed into the bigger one, the GBCC. So as that's coming around, then obviously make sure you so you can get into our PR somewhere along the line.
Absolutely.
Sure
I love it because business owners are so shy. And my mum actually thinks it's really hilarious that you write them yourself. She thinks that you've got some sort of fairy godmother that just thinks you're the absolute bee's knees. And sometimes that happens, but more often than not, you know your business better than anybody else. So you put them forward. But my My clients tend to be quite shy and they have such amazing stories.
Yeah.
And I love pulling that all out
But
of their
that's
heads.
that's the work that you do is that discovery, isn't it? And then being able to put it in such a way that probably they cannot. I see that all the time, I must say. So yeah, fantastic. We're going to come back to Caroline now for Caroline's song.
Oh, yes.
So you've chosen, and hopefully I'll get it right this time.
Biffy Clyro, just because I went to see them a few months ago. I love Biffy Clyro. And we were thinking, what song that's not got swear words in?
Okay.
So Mountains is that, yeah.
It is. Okay. I've probably heard this one. I'm not sure. But Mountains by Biffy Clyro. Mountains. Choice there from Caroline Fotheringham from SARAC.
Thank you.
Caroline, comes to you first time. SARAC. Tell us about SARAC and then tell us about a couple of the updates you have for us, as well as an announcement.
Yes.
But not that announcement.
So that's a secret. So SARAC, is Sexual Abuse Rape Advice Centre. We're based in Burton, 32 years this year, supporting victims and survivors of sexual abuse. For those that don't know the history, it was set up by 3 local females. One friend was a victim of rape, was sourcing support, and there wasn't any, so they set up their own room house it from a bedroom. And then I was talking to somebody recently, and we've been in our recent building for about 20 years, but before it was above McDonald's. And those that needed support, there was a payphone outside. You used to have to ring from the payphone.
That was right in the centre of town.
Yeah. From the payphone, you'd have to call the SARAC Centre above McDonald's and say, I'm here for support, and somebody would tootle on down. So, yeah, that was about 20 years ago. We've been on Burton Radio a few times, talking to Tom about some ideas.
Yes.
The government launched their Violence Against Women and Girls strategy in December last year, and it's appropriate for SARAC to lead that for our community in Burton around those changes that the government say they're going to commit to. So we're looking at maybe doing an hour for violence against women and girls and what that looks like in our Burton community. So that's one thing that we're looking at for the future. SARAC is Burton's
Charity of the Year. Burton District Chamber of Commerce's Chamber Charity of the Year.
It rolls off your tongue much easier.
Bit of a Dr. Seuss in it, but yeah.
So for this year, we were so proud to be nominated for that, and they put you through it, don't you? You put us through it.
We did a bit, but we felt that you needed the help this year. And,
yeah,
absolutely.
We appreciate it. To be a part of that in the chamber, the audience that you're sitting in front, and believe it or not, you're doing the preventative work while you're there. So when you're talking about statistics and bringing that to people, 1 in 4 women impacted by sexual violence, 1 in 6 children, and 1 in 17 men. It was 18, but with the VOG strategy, it's saying it's 1 in 17.
Okay.
And men don't know that,
No.
And I think that's a realism. So, we're really grateful for that audience to be able to talk about what we do on a regular basis at these meetings.
Brilliant. So we have coming up, I know this because we're partnering with it as a chamber, but you've got SARAC Pearl Ball, which is happening on the 24th of April. It's a Friday, isn't it, at Branston Golf Club?
Yes.
Tell us a bit more about that.
So to mark the end of our term as Chamber Charity of Choice, Chamber Charity of Choice.
Chamber Charity of the Year.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
Yes. We get the opportunity to do a fundraiser, an event. So Sophie Allen Serrano is one of SARAC's official ambassadors. She's been the leader of this, really, with organising it. I'm so grateful for her support. So we've got a fundraiser on Friday, 24th of April at Branston Golf Club. We've got magic, we've got food, we've got good company, and we've got a disco.
Got a disco afterwards, yes, all throughout.
Yes, so there'll be some dancing. It's not just about raising money, it's about having fun.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to get across. It is a fundraiser. The tickets are £75 per head, or you can get a discount if you organise a table. if you want to make contact with me, I can answer any questions. We've got a couple of sponsorship opportunities left still.
Yeah.
They are the larger packages, but if you wish to sponsor us for the event, then in exchange, we'll heavily advertise that on social media, giving thanks and showing our gratitude with the on the tables, during presentations, social media. So it's definitely worth,
Definitely. And I'd say to all those businesses out there and anybody else who's listening, actually, compared to, some of the awards nights and that is really reasonable. And actually, you're not going to be sat there waiting for the next award category to be announced. And
No.
you might be a bit bored sometimes. This is going to be a night of fun, isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
And because you're at Branston, the food's going to be excellent. The service is going to be
For sure.
excellent. I encourage anybody who can get a table or buy a ticket. Like you said, there's some of those sponsorship packages left too, and once again, they are quite reasonable. I think you've been very generous in offering those out at that rate. But do you know what? Get involved if you're a business, and if you can't get involved, spread the word.
Yeah.
So the deadline for tickets, because I think you need to let the venue know, don't you?
Yeah, so we put the deadline at the 27th of March on the ticket. So it's only a couple of weeks or so. I'll put
Yeah.
a very bossy LinkedIn post out today if anybody wants to look at that,
Okay.
a video. So yes, 27th of March to get your tickets, because we need to understand, obviously we have to pay for the venue.
Exactly.
Although Branston have been really generous with a reduction on that, we still
Yeah.
have to pay for the food. We've got to pay for the venue. So we need to understand where we're at. It will happen.
Yeah.
It definitely, we're going to have a great time. But yeah, we could do with knowing the numbers sooner rather than later. But if anybody wants to have a conversation with me, feel free to reach out and we can have a chat.
That's brilliant. And you'll find that on the SARAC website, isn't it? So that's sarac.org.uk.
That's right.
And if you look under, is it events?
News and events.
News and events, you'll find the Pearl Ball.
Yeah.
And there's some links in there to be able to buy a ticket directly, or an email, which is events@SARAC, that's SARAC.org.uk, to get in touch with the team. If you're interested in sponsorship or getting a whole table or whatever it might be,
Yeah.
or you just want some more information, speak to the team there. Fantastic. Right. Well, we're going to go to one more song, then I'm going to come back and speak to Rachel about everything that you're doing at the moment. But we'll get some more contact details for both at the end. This is what's his name again? Chap from Birmingham? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Ozzy Osbourne.
No. I think they knew each other.
They're not on
Jeff
the
Lynn.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jeff Lynn. Pretty sure it's Jeff Lynn. ELO. Fantastic. Right, Rachel.
Yeah.
Let's hear a bit more. Well, we've got something to announce as well, but let's just tell me a bit more about the business. Maybe who you work with as well, and then we can let's talk about what you're doing with Trent Rowing Club as well.
So I run the business from home. I've been running it for, say, 11 years. Saturday was my 11th birthday. There is just me, and I work with a whole range of wonderful, wonderful clients in writing contracts and tenders. So perhaps they want to supply the universities with IT or debt recovery services. And I work with charities. My very first client was First Steps Derbyshire over in Derby, eating disorder charity. And I've just taught myself how to do it, really, with the support of the mentor that I referred to earlier.
Would you say there's any specialisms in there, or who you prefer to work for, or is actually you've got quite a wide skill set there, haven't you?
Yeah, obviously when I started, it was the charity sector, and because I'd done direct delivery, I could relate that. But actually what I've found is there's a lot of similarities between the charitable sector and small owner-managed businesses in the commercial sector. The language is slightly different, surplus versus profit, but, they all employ staff. They're all very committed to what it is that they do. And I just love the variety. And for a while, I'm part of a team, of architects or coders or whatever.
Okay.
And then, in 2 weeks' time, I'm working with somebody completely different. And I get bored easily. I know that about myself. So the variety of my clients keeps the day varied, even if I am writing in my pajamas at home, which is very common.
You wouldn't want to be doing anything else, put it that way.
Oh, no. And I'm unemployable now. I think I always have been, but I really am now after 11 years.
No, a business person through and through. You wouldn't want to work for anybody else.
No, and I think the skills that I learned in the charity sector propelled me forward into commercial and vice versa. I think if you're like me and you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, You just have to absorb everything like a sponge
Yeah.
and just react positively to the opportunities that come your way. And I've been very fortunate.
Brilliant stuff. Well, let's get on to this next thing. Very, very interested to see. There's a Trent duck race, and it's on Saturday, the 4th of April. Tell us a bit more about that.
So Trent Rowing Club is one of the oldest sporting institutions in the town, actually. It's the little blue shed on the bank of the Trent by the old bridge,
Okay.
attached to the Sea Cadets. It's one of 2 rowing clubs in the town, which is very common. Derby is the same. And my late dad was their president for 35 years, and we lost him 18 months ago.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And at the same time that Dad passed, they had their base laid down for their new boat barn, because they are busting out other seams in terms of lack of space.
Okay.
So, and they're stuck in that catch-22, need more space, but volunteer-led small club. And I know that if Dad had been alive, he would have really helped them.
Yeah.
And when I saw the concrete base, it's only a concrete base, but I was quite overcome with it. So I offered them my support, because they need to raise £30,000 to £50,000, which is huge for any charity. And they're not a charity, they're a community organisation.
Okay.
Small. So with the help of some friends over in Derby, we decided we were going to have a duck race down the Trent as a way to have some fun and also raise some money and bring the club closer to the town. So that's what we're doing. And we're partway through our crowdfunding campaign now. And I have 280 ducks living in my house.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Wow. But they're not going to, are they all going to be floating down the river, or?
Well, if I get them all sponsored, they will be. I must point out to everybody, they're not real, but they're my plastic ones, which are behind me if you see us on
Got you.
YouTube.
No one can
You're
see
big
you.
quackers.
Well, I'm sure we'll get a photograph of Rachel and Caroline with the big duck, and a couple of little ones there from Trent Rowing Club when we do the photograph after the show. So that's how it's going to work then. So you've got like lots and lots of ducks that you're looking for sponsorship for each one.
Yep.
Or it says here, is that correct? £25 per duck?
So what we have on offer, so we have large 32 centimetre weighted racing ducks. Who knew this was a thing?
Okay.
But it is. And they're sort of targeted at local businesses. So we've got sponsors such as Gravity Digital, Cozy Direct,
Okay.
Tim's Solicitors, Astor Patterson. And they're going to receive their duck this week, and they're going to dress them in racing gear ready to go. So a bit of a team building exercise, for
Okay.
them. Bit of
Brilliant.
local competition as well. But obviously, there are people that, want to be involved, but £500 is quite a lot. So we've got little blue race-ready ducks who are already in their in the gear.
Is that one of those over there?
Yes, that's one of them. So they're blue with Trent Rowing Club on the front, and they're 8 centimetre weighted ducks.
Okay.
And we have 250 of those. I have 30 of the large ducks. And you can sponsor the small blue ones from £25. So
Brilliant.
25 for a single sculler,
Okay.
£40 for a double, and 60 for a quad.
Okay.
And they'll all be numbered,
Yeah.
and they'll be in the boat ready to go. And then we will race them from 10 o'clock.
And so how far is that race?
So we've practiced.
Yeah. Okay.
We took 2 of them for a quick spin. And we're going to go from the ferry bridge by Stapenall Gardens,
Okay.
and we finish at the clubhouse. So we think about 20 to 30 minutes, but obviously it depends on the...
Okay.
on
And
the
can
water
you get a
levels.
good view of them all the way along?
Yeah, we want people to walk through Stapenall Gardens, because perhaps some people haven't been through the gardens before. And it just gives us time to get race ready back at the clubhouse, and there'll be food and drinks and an opportunity to try an erg, a rowing machine. So if you fancy rowing, come and take on our juniors and see if you can beat them.
Oh, crikey. It might have been a day. What, an ergometer? Wow. Okay. Look, so we've got 3. Oh, well, I've got my dad ringing me as well. Fastest 3 ducks win a boat trip down the River Trent.
Yes.
And all ducks are entered into a raffle to win a £100 Amazon voucher. And there's many more special prizes as well. So you might not go, well, you can have a lot of fun along the way.
Yeah.
And never know, you might actually win something. But there's hot refreshments and a cake sale, plus some special local guests. So get involved on the day. Saturday, the 4th of April at 10 a.m. How do people get in contact with you for that then, Rachel?
So you can search for us on Crowdfunder. It's called Ducks in a Row.
Okay.
Because we've been given a match funding offer by Sport England. They've matched up to £15,000, but we must hit £30,000, and we're at 24,705 right now.
Crikey, well done. That's
Yeah.
really, really good. So if everybody out there, if you listen to us live, get involved. For both of these organisations today, actually, we've spoken about. If you've got £100 to spend, you've got a bit there and a bit there.
Yep.
So that's good. But that is crowdfunder.co.uk/ducks-in-a-row. So that's ducks.
To make it
Ducks
easy,
dash in dash a dash row. So yeah.
you can go to trentrc.org because that will take you to the link, and you'll be able to see all the Hall of Fame people that have donated to us so far.
Absolutely perfect. Thank you so much. Now, before I say goodbye to everybody, we'll have one more song. But actually, it is now just before the hour. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to both of you.
Thank you.
Are there any other contact details you need to just let everybody know about? Or I think we're there, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows how to contact SARAC, sarac.org.uk, or on my LinkedIn, Caroline F. at. So yeah, for me.
And Rachel?
Just follow us on social media, on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn, and we just love to chat about ducks.
Superb. Right, great to speak to you both, and I'll see you next time. Remember, this goes up on Mixcloud after the show. It gets uploaded so you can reshare that later.